Teacher Sumiatana, are you from Yangon originally?
I'm from Daegu, teacher.
Daegu.
Yes.
Okay. So what about Teacher Zaza? Where are you from?
Now I'm currently live in Yangon. Yeah, I'm from Mandalay. Yeah. During this pandemic, yeah, I'm currently living in Yangon. Yeah, this is my first time to try with you, teacher. Yeah, nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, teacher. And what about Teacher Kamiano? Can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, I live in Yangon. This is my first time to join in a reading club. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, teacher. And what about Teacher Sunana? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Can I see your beautiful face? Okay, so can you start introducing yourself a little bit while we are waiting for the other people?
Hello, teacher. Hello, my name is Sunan Jawing. This is not my first time for joining your club. I'm glad to join your club.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice to see you again, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Hello, teacher Sumya Sui. Hello, teacher Sumya Sui. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So can you start introducing a little bit?
I am Sumya Sui. I am from Moyang. I'm glad to see you, teacher.
Okay, to see you again. So there are so many people, right? From Moyua, Mandalay, Daegu, different areas, right? Hello, teacher Ejamye. Can you hear my voice, teacher? Hello. Maybe because of the connection, I can hear you well. Hello, teacher Nuno. Teacher Nuno.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I have already known you well, but can you introduce yourself to other people?
Yes, teacher. I am teacher Nuno. I am a freelance teacher for English subjects. Like I'm from Chipita Township.
Okay, great. Nice to see you again. Hello, teacher Tangi, teacher Corazon.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm teacher Dengi and I'm a freelance teacher.
Okay, teacher Tangi. Teacher Ejamya, can you hear me now? Hello, teacher Ejamya, can you hear me? Still connecting. Okay, some people are still joining. Let's wait for a while because I told them like I'll be waiting for 5 minutes. Now it's like 7:32, so let's wait for 3 more minutes. Then we are going to start. Teacher Aju, hello, teacher Aju. Teacher Aju.
Hello, teacher. Hello, teacher.
Okay, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm teacher Adu. I'm an English teacher also, and I'm from Yangon. Yes, teacher.
So, did you read everything?
Not yet, teacher. I feel sick, teacher.
Anyway, while we are discussing, you can also participate a little bit.
Okay.
In activities time, you can share your ideas. You can share your thoughts together with us.
Yes, teacher. Thank you, chair.
Okay. 2 more minutes left. Teacher April.
Yeah.
Why don't you greet?
Yeah. Hello. Nice to see all of you. I'm April. To be more exact, my name is April Momo. I'm a freelance teacher too.
Teacher April. So she was born in April, right? Okay. So what about next one? Teacher Sui Zimye. Hello, teacher. Can I see your lovely face?
Yes. Hello, teacher. Nice to meet you all.
Where are you from, teacher?
I am from Mandalay, teacher.
Mandalay.
English teacher. Yes, I am a government service. I'm a government. Yes.
Okay. Nice to meet you, teacher. This is the first time
meet you,
we are
teacher.
meeting, right?
Not yet, teacher. I got copybook from the shop, so I haven't read.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But anyway, I think you have already read everything, right?
Yes.
The topic that we are going to discuss.
Yes, teacher. Next time I will try. Yeah.
Okay, but it's okay. Today also you can participate in our discussion. Thank you. Only 1 minute left. After that, we are going to start. Hello, teacher Tamonjo. Teacher Tamonjo, can you hear us?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. It's you.
Yes.
Okay. I know teacher Tamo only. I see that teacher Tamonjo. So can you start introducing yourself a little bit?
Yes, my name is Tamonjo, and I'm just a student of teacher Chung. At the moment, I am out of job.
Okay, don't worry. At this moment, everybody is out of job.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, Dr. Ting. I think this is Saya Ting, right?
Hello, sir.
You're
Long time
still
no see.
Yeah, long time no see.
Very nice to see you again, sir.
Okay, you still haven't finished your lunch dinner yet?
I told you I'm eating sushi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you finished reading every part that I have given you?
Just can't, not finished detail. Yeah, just can't. Yeah, because the next one, the top activity is the new book that you haven't mentioned us our time when you taught us. Yeah.
Sure. It's a new book, right?
Yeah,
Actually, 2 activities book and 1 teaching methodology book. Okay. So thank you, everyone. It's time to start our discussion. Whether you have read everything or not, let's start a little bit, okay? Welcome to the reading club and hope you enjoy every week. Okay, so here's are the main components. I think you can see it. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Welcome, right?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so today we are going to start with the first chapter, right? The first chapter is called chapter 5. So before we teach our students, we need to know about the nature of our learners. In that chapter, they describe in 4 different topics. Now we are going to start our topic. So the first one is age. Okay, let's start with teacher Tangi.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, it's okay. So how much do you understand about age? For example, related to age, they describe in 3 different areas, right? The first one is for young children, and second one is for adolescents, and the third one is for older people, like adult people. So among them, which one do you want to talk about? You can talk about any characteristic.
Yeah, I want to talk about Yelena. So yeah, they are very active and they like to learn actively, and they like to play game with learning activities. So they like to play games, and they like to do some. They like to do practical or something more action songs with. They learn with songs, games, like this.
Yeah, they like very active activities. That's why the teachers of young learners should be like very active, right? We should be very active, and also we should be a model for them. They also like to imitate, right? If we make pronunciation mistake like Jushin, 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 they will also pronounce Jushin, Jushin, Jushin instead of tuition. They will say, they will repeat after us, and we have to be the role model for everyone. So it's very important. Okay, teacher Sonana.
Yeah.
Teacher, can you talk about one characteristic of young learner?
Teacher, I haven't read yet, but I have experience about young learners. I haven't read this page.
Yeah.
But
it's okay.
But I have experience about young learners. Yeah. So they want to make friends with their teachers, and they are very playful. Yes.
Sure.
And
they are eager. Sometimes they are eager to learn, and they are eager to speak English language. But even though they don't know the grammar structures. Yes.
Yeah. So how do you think about young learners? Do they really like to learn some of the grammar rules? Subject, verb, object. Do they want to learn those things on their own?
I think they don't. They're not interested in this, but they eager to learn. They eager to speak, whether they are right or wrong.
Yeah, sure, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, teacher. Thanks for your participation. Okay, there are so many things. And for example, if we start teaching like, okay, I'm the teacher, listen to me. Okay, hey everyone, listen. If you use such kind of authority though, do they like us?
They don't like.
Yeah, they won't like us, right? That's why we should be really, how to say, we should have a very good personality, especially smile. Whether you're beautiful or not, it doesn't matter. But we have to be active, and also we have to understand them and show our smile to the students so that they won't be afraid of us. Okay, thank you, teacher. What about any teacher? If you want to participate in talk, you can also participate. Don't worry about your English. Next one is about adolescence. Can one of you talk about the characteristics of adolescence? Any volunteer? Hello? Hello?
Okay. Adolescents, they want fun. They want engagement among the participants and also with the teacher also. And I think they also want to share their feelings and experiences.
Okay, sure. So how do you think about the barriers? What type of barriers can we have in dealing with adolescents?
Maybe one thing is a language barrier. The other thing is maybe being shy. Being shy, and maybe the barrier. One of the barriers is kind of like, for example, if you're in a group, if there are 4 guys and only one girl, that girl will have no talking or being silent, kind of like that.
Okay, so if you meet that situation, how will you do it? For example, you have like 5 students in a group. Here are also 5 students in a group. At that time, one of the students is very shy, and here also one of the students is very shy. At that situation, how are you going to manage your class?
Maybe we can rearrange the breakout room and put those 2 shy person in the same room, and maybe let them talk again, kind of like that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, if we know about them well, we can have a solution for that, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sia.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so what about for the characteristics of adults, like your age? We all are over 25 and over 30, right? So what is your characteristic? You can talk about that. Any volunteer?
I think that it is difficult to control. Difficult to control because sometimes they know more than the teachers. They know more than the teachers. That's why they are so difficult to control. I think so. Yes.
Yeah, very difficult to control.
Yeah.
And how do you think about their background learning experience? For example, most of the adults, like our age, we didn't have a chance to attend international school, and we didn't have a chance to attend language schools. So at that time, we have like experience in learning with traditional teaching methods. But when you try to teach those people with modern teaching techniques, will they accept you? How do you think about that? Will they accept you or not?
Yeah, maybe the teachers must try. The teacher must try it. Yes. Yeah, yes. But I think most of the learners will not accept. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So in that situation, how are you going to solve the problem?
Yes. Yes, we have the teacher maths show the teacher maths show how like we have to control with one like a traditional method, like we have to use with traditional method also. That is how we improve like that. Yes. Yes, teacher.
Okay, so for example, normally we teach present continuous, right? For present continuous, we write them on the whiteboard, and then we give the form M is plus verb ing. Okay, this is for present continuous. That one is used for the things happening now, blah, 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 blah. We explained in details.
Yes.
We use, but if we do like this, for most of the young learners and adult learners, they don't really like us. But for adults, they may like us, right? Because they really like to listen to us and they don't want to start doing it. But for young learners and adults, adolescents, they don't really like it if we are doing like this. So we can start with the activity. For example, you can make the students into maybe 2 or 3 groups, depending on the number of your students. For example, 4 people in one group, 4 people in one group, and 4 people in one group. And then you can ask them to go around the school environment, maybe from veranda or maybe school compound. They have to look at the environment and they just have to write down the sentences with present continuous. For example, the birds are flying, people are working, dogs are barking, like that. After they have done this activity, you can ask them to come back to you. And then at that time, they will say, teacher, we have got 5 sentences. Oh, really? I have got 7 sentences, 10 sentences. If they say the sentences, you can write them down on the whiteboard. After that one finish, you can highlight. Okay, here, barking, ing, right? Is working, ing, right? So in front of ing, what do we put? Are, is, like that. Form will be later. If we teach like that to young learners and adolescents, they may really like us. But for some adults, they won't like us. At that time, we have to adapt the situation. Even though they may not like it, if it is effective, they have to accept it, right? So we have to make balance between modern teaching techniques and also traditional teaching methods. I think if we can apply like this, it will be getting better for our future. Okay, thank you, Teacher Aju, for your discussion. Okay, so, and also another one is about this one. What about the other teachers? If you have more ideas, you can also participate in talk. Teacher Dolphin. What about Teacher Dolphin?
Okay.
Now we are just discussing the characteristics of young learner, adolescents, and adults. So if you have read some of the parts, you can also participate in it.
Okay. So, okay, I will just talk about some kinds of adults. Their characteristics because of I've been teaching teachers mostly, and what I've noticed is most of the adult learners, they are significantly they are talkative and that they ask too many questions. It's not related to the topic. So this is the main problem for the teachers. So teachers they need to look at not only the topic but also they need to learn some other vocabulary related to the topic. So this is the most important thing for the adult learner teachers especially. And one thing is most of the adult learners, some adult learners are, is kind of lazy, and some adult learners, they are demotivated. So at the time, we need to push them or we need to encourage them a lot. So at the time, so praising is the most valuable thing for us, especially when you teach learners because of they can easily depress. And the next one is we do have, so one thing I do have is kind of, the spelling and also the vocabulary. We need to be careful when you teach the adult learners because of they are always watching that as as a teacher, you're making a mistake. So we need to be aware of those kind of things because of so they can show us in that way. So we need to be aware of using our own words and our teaching method as well because they are always watching and because they have a sense of cognitive skills. So they are much better than young learners or others than adolescents. So because of those people, adult learners are kind of, they think a lot and they talk a lot. So yeah, it's really interesting when you teach to the adult learners. It's really an interesting hobby. Yeah.
Okay, so which level of student are you interested in teaching most? Young learners or adolescents or adults?
Yeah, for me, I'm not teaching to adult learners, so I would say, frankly, I would choose the adult learners that I prefer most. But I once have an experience about teaching the young learners. And it was like if you can't control that, you are in the middle of the playground. So I really noticed kind of teaching to the young learners. But anyway, I prefer adult learners. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sia.
Can I ask a question to teacher Dolphin? Can I ask a question?
Okay.
When you teach adult learners and you share us honestly, when the adult learner asks a lot of questions to you when you are teaching at the time, how do you handle like those situations? Could you share to us?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, most of the adult learners, they are really inquisitive and they ask too many questions. At the time, I'm not going to take that role to ask every questions they ask to me. I just throw the ball back to the other students. If there any student who knows the answer, who knows the questions of your partner. So I normally do this one. I think in that way, so that can motivate other students to participate in partner's question as well. So yeah, if they can answer, so finally, so in the later session, I can answer. So yeah, I normally do that one.
Like, how do you think?
Yeah, do you think
yeah,
so?
Dolphin, how do you think? Teacher Zuzan, how do you think?
Let me share you to me. Nice to meet you all. I work as a freelancer English trainer. And when I teach adult learners, honestly, when they ask a lot of questions to me, I also ask a lot of questions to them. And then finally, we are in the conversation. Later, we became familiar each other. So at the time, honestly, I started to teach them, and they will come to me because it's one of my best way to teach for adult learners.
Yeah, we should be open-minded as well, right? If we don't know something, it's okay. They can accept us, right? Not like young learners. For young learners, they think that, oh, we are the best. Our teachers are the best. They must know everything. They have the conception like that. But for adult people, they know that teacher cannot know everything. So if we don't,
absolutely,
we can be open to them. It's okay. Oh, I don't know. I will check it back, and then I will tell you back the next day. We can say openly to our students.
Yeah, absolutely, Chair. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I agree with you, teacher.
Yeah. Thank you.
So this is the first point, right? In chapter 5, the first point is about different types of age and different types of characteristic. And another interesting one is learner style or learner strategy. So it's also very important for every teacher to know that. But in some areas, we can also say MI, multiple intelligence as well, right? Okay, so for that one also, as much as you know, I want you to explain with the terminology. For example, how many types of learner styles have you ever recognized in your life, or maybe from the book? You can start sharing your ideas back. Okay, who wanna start? In this book, there are so many types of learner styles, right? They have mentioned conformist, coverage, spatial. There are so many types in multiple intelligences, and also learner style. If you haven't read everything, it's okay. For example, you share one thing and then listen to the other people, and then you'll get more.
Yeah, I promise you, I will try to read that you give me the book the next session. Yeah, and after I have read a lot at the time, I can share more with you all.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. We can share each other. Yeah. So, shall we start with teacher April? You can just talk about one thing about learner style. There are different types of terminology here, right?
Yeah, concrete. Yeah, concrete learner is how to say. I think it is a nice learner. They enjoy. How can I say? They enjoy social. social and communication game or group work. At the time, they can satisfy themselves because they can do they can make like the teacher or something like that. So as a concrete learner, how can I say? How can I say this?
Don't say. Okay, so have you ever had a concrete learner in your life? Have you ever seen a concrete learner?
Yeah, how to say? No, but as I ever seen, conformist, a kinesthetic, or reflective, something like that.
Okay. So is there anybody who has ever met concrete learner? Is there anyone? Oh.
Teacher Chung, could you explain to us a little bit more what does that concrete learner means? Yeah, can you explain a little bit more?
A little bit confused. Okay. So they are a kind of learner who who are willing to do sociable activity, and also they like to do some practical work. For example, when you start explaining grammar lesson with different types of rules, whenever you see yesterday, this morning, you have to use simple past, blah, 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 blah. If you say like that, they don't really like you. But instead of doing like that, you ask them to make into pairs. Okay, you two work together, you two work together, you two work together. And then you start saying like, okay, so for me, yesterday, I went to the shopping mall and I had a great time. What about you? What did you do yesterday? Talk with your partners. They really like it. They are practical learners. Like that. They don't have any rules.
Let me ask you, Chair Chung, is it the similar or kinesthetic learner?
Not actually.
Not.
Kinesthetic, it's like they really like to learn by doing body movement. For example, young learners, they don't really like to learn with you by sitting down and then listening to your long lecture. They really like to do body movement a lot, and they like running and also playing, touching the things. They really like to do those things.
Yeah,
it's different.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for explaining.
Okay, that's good. I have read some of them. If not, when you shoot me the question, I have to pass the ball to the other one, like your method. Okay, so is there anyone who has ever met concrete learner in your life? Concrete learner? No one? Teacher Aju, have you ever met a concrete learner in your life?
Teacher, I think most of the learners don't like theory, learning with theory. Yes. Yes, I think so.
Okay, so yeah, but some of the adult people, they really like to learn by analyzing the things. They want to know why present continuous is verb to be ing, and why the future tense will plus verb one. They want to know everything in detail. Yeah, but it's different from ages. Okay, thank you. What about another teacher? Can you talk about one characteristic of learner style? Hello. Teacher Zaza, Thea Dolphin already finished. About the other teacher April also finished. Teacher Tang Yi.
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher. I want to talk about interpersonal type. Yeah, they like to learn with group work or pair work. So they like to do with their friends and in their classmates. So they like to learn. And they don't like to learn only when. And so they like to do project. For example, project problem solving like this. So with their friends and their classmates.
Yeah,
so they are interpersonal type.
They feel really bored to learn alone, right? They want to be with friends.
Yeah.
Especially for most ages, whether they are young or old, they really like to be with other people. Yeah, that's the fact. Thank you, teacher. What about another characteristic? Can anybody explain? There are so many types, right? Teacher, no. I think you want to say something, right? I can hear you actually. Maybe there is a connection.
Kind of.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Another kind of student is conformist student. Conformist student. They don't like any activities and any practice for with another person, with their friends. They don't like any movings or any learnings. They like spoon feeding technique. Teacher will be teacher they can learn from teacher clearly explanations, all
Yeah.
practice and all activity doing by teachers like that.
So it's like comfortable, right? For those people who like being comfortable, they want to stay in a comfort zone. They don't want to do anything. They just want to listen to the teacher, make notes. When the teacher is going to write something on the whiteboard, they are ready to take notes without thinking anything. They really like to do those things. Okay, but I think most of the old people, they are conformist, mostly, right? We also, right, actually, we used to learn with traditional teaching method, and sometimes we don't want to do a lot of things. We just want to follow through the direction of someone, blah, 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 or things like that. Okay, thank you, teacher. And what about any other teacher? Can you talk about teacher Suizing? I think you are willing to talk about something, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yes, teacher. You can start saying one point. Hello. Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, just one point, teacher. There are so many types, right? I'll give you the hint. What communicative learners? Communicative learners. What type of learner is it?
Communicated learners, they can communicate with others, and I think they are active learner.
Yeah, they are very active, right? Communicative, so they want to talk a lot.
They want to talk a lot.
Communicative learners in the class. You should be happy, and sometimes you should be sad because they talk a lot and they don't want to listen to you.
Yes, we'll talk at you.
Okay, thank you. That's one. Now I will separate you into different rooms. One of your group will be in here at the main section, but there will be like 2 different rooms. I will put you into 3 different rooms. You can talk with your partner about different types of learners. Okay, you can start with your discussion. Okay, so let's move it. You can just join it. So for those people who are here, you can continue talking each other. I won't interrupt you.
Oh, hi there, Dolphin.
Hi.
Long time no see. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Okay.
Yeah. Have you gone to Sanjiao?
Yep, I've just been in Sanjiao.
Ah, okay, very good then. Okay. So, I kind of like, do you guys encounter a kind of like a bit introvert convergence learner? Maybe like I've encountered a student that means a teenage girl. She knows the meanings and the readings very well. She can do the reading writing very well. But for speaking tasks or kind of like discussion, she's very introvert and it's very hard to squeeze a word from her mouth, kind of like that. So for a physical classroom, it's not very difficult to handle, but for online classes like this one or kind of like that, Zoom or Facebook kind of like, so how will you tackle kind of that student.
Hello, teacher. Can you say that again? Because of because of your internet connection is unstable. So I do.
Okay.
I got. Yeah.
Okay. I think the student is kind of like convergent learner, quite introvert, and that student can do reading, writing very well. But for the speaking task, whatever group that student is into it, the student never talks. It's very silent, very silent. And even teachers helping in that class, get sometimes fed up or to squeeze out a word from her. It's very time consuming, very time consuming. So in that situation, how will you tackle that? I think she's a kind of like convergent learner.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
Like she's shy, like that.
Yeah, but if you're shy, like same age girls in the group are kind of like that.
Yes.
But still in there, she doesn't talk. But actually she can talk, but she doesn't talk.
Okay,
we can handle in physical classroom, but it's quite difficult to handle in the Zoom class or Facebook class, like online classes. So is there any idea how to tackle if you encounter?
Let me ask you. You mean how to say that one of the learners who is introvert, she can talk, but she doesn't talk in the group. That kind of situation. How do we handle that kind of people? Do you mean like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think yes. Yeah, it's a great question, teacher. Yes, I do have. I think so. How long have you been teaching to her? So how long have you been?
Yeah, but for the speaking and involvement, it doesn't improve. 1.5 months, kind of like that.
Really? Yeah. Because of...
So in physical classroom, it's quite easy to engage, but for online classes, it's quite difficult to engage.
Yeah.
So how will you do that?
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
can share.
So I in that situation, I think parental guidance is the most important thing for the children because of because of teachers.
Parental guidance, you mean?
Yeah, parental guidance.
Parental guidance. Okay.
Because the teachers were at the time just can only communicate through the virtual online, so teachers they can't have the students from different places because it's hard to reach there. So I think the only way to have the student is we need the parental guardians. And next thing is we need to praise the students, by using the prize. For example, if you can speak, so I will give you something. So you need to just, you have to encourage the student by giving them some prize. I think that would be good for your students. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for advice. Yeah.
Yeah, and then your students will, will have lots of encouragement to speak out the words what she wants to say because of your encouragement and prize. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for your advice. Okay.
To me,
you can.
Okay. Let me share my experience. To me, I have a student like you said. According to my experience at the time, I asked to her or him. I asked question, and then I want him to put other students who are very active and then who can speak English more than others. So I join with those people. I join him or her with those people at the time. Later, after 50 or 20 minutes, she started to communicate with the other student. And on the other hand, she eager to learn English language with their students. Yeah, this is my experience for you. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
So you mix them up with the active one, you mean?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You're
Okay, kind of like the peer teaching method. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So, did you have a nice talk with everyone?
Yeah, we have a nice house here. I learned a lot from them.
Okay, so let's start with teacher Jo. Hello, teacher. Do you want to share the ideas that you share together with your group members? If you want to share about something, you can share here now.
Yes, teacher. We mainly talk about communicative learner type, and we discussed that communicative learners are the ones who really want to make a conversation with others, and they don't really care about the grammar rules and they also pay attention for making mistakes. Although they make the mistake, they can make a conversation that they can communicate with others. That's why they became very fluent in English. So communicative learners are really affected words to be very fluent in, especially in speaking skills.
Yeah. Okay. So what type of learner are you?
I'm the opposite one for this type.
Really? Okay. So thank you, teacher. And what about another one, teacher Kai Mian Nu? I think you also want to share your ideas, right?
Actually, I told my group, I've been teacher for 2 years. I'm the state school teacher. That's why my class size is very big. That's why I don't know easily the student what learner they are.
Yeah, that's the common problem for most of the government school teacher, right? Sometimes you have like over 90 students or over 80 students at a time. The classroom size also is not very big, and it's quite difficult to move, and it's too difficult to do some activities in the classroom. Yeah, I know that situation because last year I went to Gaya State. At the time, I met some teachers who had the same situation like you. For example, for one teacher, they have to handle the students who are over 90 years old, and not 90 years old, they are altogether over 90 students, and they are just 5 or 6 years old. So very playful, and the teacher has to handle all subjects, Myanmar, English, mathematics, everything. So she handle. This is the only way, right? We just have to beat them or do something. This is the only way we can do. It's a little bit difficult to tackle with different types of learners in one class, one big class. Yeah. Okay, so thank you. Now let me interview you first. Shall we start with Dr. Ting? Can you talk about yourself a little bit? Maybe you can create something. After that, let's imagine what type of learner characteristic will he have? Okay, let's make a judgment.
Okay. Let's make up
it's
things.
Okay.
Okay. I want to learn things that I know very well, and I want to know it deep down. And I just want to, I don't want just want to listen to what the teacher says. I just surfing the net and finding out what's in what's in Google, and kind of like that. Yeah. So that's my type, but I'm it's not all the time, but I feel a bit dizzy also. Yeah.
Okay, so let's make a guess, everyone. If you think about something, you can just say out. Sorry, I can't hear well. He doesn't want to listen to everyone. He just wants to work its own space. For example, surf the internet or do something on his own. So what type of characteristic will he have?
Autonomous.
Autonomous. Yes, you're right. Concrete. Yeah, concrete. Okay.
Yeah.
So two types, right? Concrete and
Yes.
autonomous. Okay, thank you. And what about next one? So there are only two male teachers here, right? Another one is teacher Lin Tapai.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So, you know, I like going around the classroom. If teachers tell me to choose that place at the time, you know, I go that place and I choose that place. And then instead of sitting on the table, I just want to move around the classroom. I just want to do something like using my body. So what type of am I?
Kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic. And also there may be another type. According to MI theory, multiple intelligences theory, he likes to go around. So if he wants to move around, what does he need? He needs this one or this one?
Space. He needs
This
space.
More space, right? If the classroom is very narrow, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, more space.
Yeah. So what type of person is it? Spatial. It's on page number. I'll show you the page. It's on page number 91. You can see the table. Page number 91. You can have a look at like spatial. S-P-A-T-I-E-L. Spatial. Spatial is also kind of person who likes to do something with different types of space. A lot of space. If the place is very narrow, he doesn't like it, and maybe because of his height as well. If it is too. Okay, so thank you. And another one, teacher Zda, do you want to describe yourself?
When I teach in my classroom, I don't like to stay on the stage. I like working in the classroom, and then I like making to have place to play to my students. I like to say, I do eye contact with my students. I'm a person who like this, who is doing like that in my classroom. Yeah, often. Yeah. So what? Yeah.
Shall I count down like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then answer? 5.
I think you are a kind of interpersonal learner.
Interpersonal learner.
I think she may have more than one type, interpersonal type, and also another type.
Communicative.
Yeah, and maybe I like communicating. Yeah, according to my personality, I like communicating. Yeah, I like communicating with people.
I think so, because you really like to talk here.
Yeah.
Very sociable learner, right?
Yeah, I am. Teacher, let me share you. Yeah, I think I'm introvert. Yeah, introvert.
Oh, really? You are an introvert?
Who like meeting with new people, talking with new people, and then I like inspiring and motivating people whenever I meet the people, whenever I meet with my students. Yeah. So most of my students told me, teacher, when I meet with you, I wanted to learn English more than before. Yeah. So they told me like that.
Yeah. But you know, sometimes if we are very talkative and if we are very shy, that characteristic really influence the way we teach. For example, for me, I'm a kind of kinesthetic type. That's why whenever I plan my lesson, I mostly put activities that people have to do body movement a lot. You may also see the way I move. Now I'm talking here online, but I really like to move a lot. So like that, when I set the lesson as well, I try to focus on those points. But it's not a very good way. For example, there may be different types of students who don't really want to move, who just want to sit down and discuss the things, who really want to analyze the things, blah, blah, blah. So we have to be careful about that. Sometimes the way we like influence the way we teach. So we need to be careful. Now, our characteristics shouldn't influence the way we teach. Okay, so teacher Aju, I think you also want to describe yourself, right?
I like to pay quick response. I like to answer whatever my answer is right or wrong. Yes.
What types of learners?
Impressive.
Yes, teacher, you're right.
Okay. So any volunteer? After 2 more people finish, we will move to another section. That's why. 2 more volunteers. Who want to describe yourself?
Sammy.
Okay.
Yeah, when I had the words, I don't remember, but when I see that word, so I remember, I never forget. For example, so one of the people said that to me, oh, we can build a building with cement, but I don't know what is cement. And when I see the cement, C-E-M-E-N-T, cement, when I see this word, oh yeah, I know, so I never forget this word. So what type of learner?
Visual.
Visual learners. A type of visual learner.
Is it correct?
Yeah, two types.
Yeah, 2, right? Visual, and also another one.
Analytical.
One time
Analytical.
I had and next I see.
Good. So
Analytical.
First time I had that word, and second time I see this word, so I never forget.
Auditory.
Auditory.
Touch, right? So auditory. Yeah, she has 2 types in general, visual and auditory. Okay, this time I'll make it quiz. That person, for example, you think like putting activity is really interesting in every classroom, but you don't want to put activity this time because that person is really like to do something. For example, when you ask them to do activity based on present continuous or based on past tense, they don't really like it. They don't want to move around, and then they just want to learn with you. For example, when you start explaining, okay, whenever you see the word next, tomorrow, you have to use will plus verb 1, okay? Underline and then circle those words and answer this one. They really like such kind of teaching method. So what type of learner are they?
Spoon feed.
Conformist.
Sorry?
Conformist.
I think they like spoon feeding.
Also maybe.
Like spoon feeding.
Yeah, spoon feeding. So how do we say that? Conformist, right? Conformist. They really like to follow the teacher's instructions. And another type also, according to MI theory, if you're not sure, you can have a look at page number 91, according to multiple intelligence theory. There may be another type.
Intrapersonal?
Not directly. I don't talk about the relationship yet. They want to analyze grammatical pattern. They want to know if you see this one, you have to see this one.
Analytical.
Yeah, analytical also can, but according to
logical.
Linguistic.
Linguistic. Yeah, you're right. According to MI theory, the answer should be linguistic. They want to know about language in details, right? How language works. They really want to know about that. So linguistic type. Actually, MI theory also is very important for us to know. Okay, thank you. That's enough for learner style. And then next one is, I will ask you the question. If you know, you can answer me back. It's from page 95. Open book system. Page 95. So we have like different types of level in English classroom. For some people, they say like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. But in some schools, they don't say the level like that. They say elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, blah, 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 blah. So what's the difference between real beginner and false beginner? If you know, you can start explaining that. Hello.
I can't. But I'll give a chance to some teachers to get more chance. But anyway, I know this.
Is it passing the ball? Hello.
I think a real beginner is never know English basics English. They haven't known business English. First beginner it's a little bit know English grammar patterns and another speaking pattern, I think.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Nunu. Any other definition for a real beginner and fast beginner?
I think the real beginner is the real one. He knows nothing, right? Kind of like that. And the false beginner, he knows something, but you can characterize into the elementary or pre or upper or kind of like that. He knows something naturally, maybe from his environment or kind of like that. He picks up those language, but you can categorize into the levels. So I think it's kind of like that the learners, the false beginner.
Okay, so if you have such kind of student, you can talk to me back. Have you ever seen a false beginner in your life? Have you ever seen a false beginner?
For me, actually, I met a false beginner once in my life, and that it was really interesting because of at the time, so she thought I just thought it's a female learners. Okay, so she wants to go to the pre-intermediate level. So because she took so many classes and she knows the background of the language. So yeah, she thought she wanted to go to that level. But anyway, she's a false beginner, even though she knows the background of the language. So she can't express herself, in a basic way. So I think this is the most common thing for the false beginner. And then all the numerous traditional students, for the numerous students, they are definitely false beginners because of they have contact with English since they were young. So yeah, so definitely, yeah.
Yeah, some of the learners, especially after they have finished their matriculation exam, they come and attend the class, but they have like a sort of knowledge related to grammar, vocabulary, and also some choice of word. They are able to read and they are able to write something very well, but they can speak, right? That's why they can enjoy listening and speaking in elementary class. After they have learned like 2 or 3 months later, they have like fluency in their talk, and then they are able to communicate each other. After that, depending on their level, we can move them up to like upper intermediate level or intermediate level, because they just need the fluency level for listening and speaking. They have already a background knowledge on reading and writing, so like that. But sometimes, depending on the level, we have to adjust it. Even though they are joining like elementary class, sometimes it's not very okay, because some students, they have background knowledge on English already, like those people who finish matriculation exam with BHS. And for some students, they have already attended international school. And also at the weekends, they have already joined language school as well. At that time, they know English a lot, but because of their age, they cannot go to some levels yet. At that time, they have to start with elementary level. So we have like such kind of complications in our country. And about one thing, some students, not some students, almost 80% of our Myanmar students, they always join elementary level, pre-intermediate level, intermediate level, up to this level. And then they got a certain amount of English, and then they don't join the English class anymore, and they don't want to participate in conversation club or blah, 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 blah. After a long time later, like 1 or 2 years later, they are lack of knowledge and lack of exposure in English. So at that time, they cannot speak at all. So, and then they start joining elementary class again. And then it's like rotating again and again. And it's quite hard to reach to the level of advanced or upper intermediate level.
It's good for teachers, right?
Now. What about you? Have you got the problems like that? Have you ever had students who are rotating the classes again and again, the same level, like in elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, and then lack of exposure, came to elementary class again. Have you ever had such kind of experience with some students?
No, not with some students. It's myself. When I was young. Yeah.
Really?
I kind of like when I was kind of like matriculation student. I think at that time my English level was peak at that time, and it becomes downgraded during my MC lifetime because it doesn't use much of that, and at that time I was planning to go abroad, so yeah, kind of like that, and so I have to study again for the grammar and the usage again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of like brighter grammar, kind of like that. I have to study again. Yeah. I haven't
Actually, you have already learned those things, right?
Yeah. That's myself. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem we are facing.
Yeah.
We don't have the environment to speak in English. That's why when you have your own class, maybe your own, when you establish your own language school, you can also provide the conversation club where they can speak English.
Yeah, that's better.
After they have finished a certain level of level. For example, after they have finished intermediate or pre-intermediate, you can ask them to join the conversation club where you can speak English and where you can interact each other. In this way, we can get in touch with English and we can talk to each other. Okay, so thank you. And another point is motivation. Motivation also differ from each person to person. So let me ask you the question first. What motivates you to come and join here? What motivates you to come and join here?
Instrumental.
Yeah?
Instrumental.
Instrumental. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Any volunteer?
To me, I just want to learn teaching methods and technique from you all because when we teach in a classroom, we need to honestly we had to learn first different kind of teaching knowledges and different methods. Honestly, we had to learn from other people who can teach English already and who have experience and more than me. So I just want to learn from you all. That's why I joined. Yeah, so thank you so much, Chonga, for making this happen like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining. Next week also, not next week, coming Saturday also, I hope you to see.
Yeah, I'm sure I will join with you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And what about any other teacher? What motivates you to join here?
Yeah, what motivates me is because of this book, because this book topic is so interesting,
Yeah, this book is quite thick, right? Okay, so I think you may get tired with talking, so I want you to go and talk with your partner in separate rooms based on the topic. What motivates you to join this reading club? That is the first question. And my second question is, how can we motivate our learners in different ways? Okay, for young learners, how can we motivate them? Adolescents and also adults. Think about different ways to motivate our students. After that, you are going to discuss that one. Okay, I will give you 15 minutes to discuss together. Let's go to each room. Do you want the same group or a different group? Should I recreate?
Yeah, you should create, yeah.
Yeah, it's much more better, right? So that.
Yeah, it will be better.
Yeah. Okay, I will recreate. Drink water first.
And by the way, let me ask you, how about other teachers? Have you already read this book? Have you already read this book?
In the middle, I think they may be in the middle.
To be honest, to be honest, I haven't read any pages, teacher. To be honest, yeah.
Oh my God. But one thing is like when you are reading this book, please don't try to focus on every single point. Try to skim it trying to get a general idea only. Because if you try to focus on every single word, you may feel depressed. Oh, I don't understand this. You may not get the point easily.
Yeah. Thank you for advice. Yeah. Just few days ago, I got this book.
Okay, so let's discuss in each group. One will be in main session and another 2 groups will be in different breakout rooms. Okay, let's start the show.
Okay, let's discuss. Teacher Tamo, Teacher Cora, and
hello,
teacher Nunu. Yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you, teacher.
Let me ask you, how long have you been working? How long have you been working as a teacher for? How long have you been working as a teacher for?
Me?
Yeah. You can, whoever.
Okay, for me, I have 10 years, maybe around 10 years. But I'm a government. I'm from government school, not language school. Yeah. So now I want to change my situation. So I joined this class.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yeah. So you have been working as a teacher for over 10 years. So you have so many experience, right? So I can learn from you a lot.
Yet, but it's not good for me. So if I have many experience, but it's very simple, very simple. They're not how to say, not challenge. I have no challenge, and my life is very simple way. So I don't like that. I don't like the situation. So now I want to change my style.
Okay. How about teacher Tamo and teacher Nunu, right? So you can share your experience a little bit more.
For me, I work as an assistant teacher at a private primary school, but now I quit my job, and because of the family case at home, and just now I am learning how to teach very effectively by reading those kind of books or something like that. Yes.
Yeah, very good. So you have been working as a teacher for 2 years or 3 years now. You have already quit your job, right?
Yes.
How about teacher Nini?
Hello, I'm teacher Nunu.
Teacher Nunu, sorry.
Hello, I'm teacher Nunu.
Teacher Nunu,
Okay, my teaching life is so long because I taught subject. I teach as a teacher life. After that my matric exams. So my teaching life is for about 60 years. But I am not a language teacher. I am a subject teacher for English. I teach grade 9 and grade 10 students. So in this year, I decided to, sorry. Sorry. Yeah,
now we can hear you well.
Okay. In this year, I want to change my career life. I want to be a language teacher. So I start to learn how to prepare my as a language teacher. So I've joined Teacher Chunge, and I am prepared for ELT examinations. But I'm so unlucky for 2020 because COVID pandemic. I felt that. I'm so afraid to speak English language. I I always do make a mistake for speaking in speaking. So I'm really sorry my mistakes.
Don't worry for that, teacher.
It's okay. Yeah, we don't need to afraid. Honestly, we don't need to afraid making mistake. Yeah. To me, I think making mistake is a sign to grow for it. So when it comes to language, learning a language, honestly, we can make mistake and then we can learn from the mistake and then we can grow. Yeah, I just like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, teacher. Yeah.
Oh, you finished talking?
Yeah.
When did you join this class?
You are asking me? Are you asking me?
Yeah, anyone. Anyone.
Oh, anyone.
Let
Because,
me try first.
I can see all people because I'm using with phone, so I can see all people. sorry for that.
Okay, let me try first for join about this class. I want to improve my reading skill and I want to learn from other teachers from other language teacher how to teach their students and their teaching methods. I want to need and uh, that's all I want to join this class.
Teacher, can I ask a question to you?
Yes.
Yeah, Teacher, can I ask a question to you?
Me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Why did you choose to be an English teacher, and what are the benefits of to be an English teacher? So you can share. Could you share?
Actually, I didn't want to become a teacher till, but yeah, I didn't really want to be a teacher. But as usual, after I have finished my matriculation exam, I started working as a tuition teacher, and then I have to go to different houses, especially for teaching grade 9 and grade 10 students. So since that time, I work, and after 2 or 3 years later, I attended my university. While I was attending university also, my family asked me to work in one of the private schools. Actually, I don't really want to do that, but I had to. So I joined one of the language schools. And then since that time, I started getting interested in teaching. And then I really like to learn teaching books, teaching methodology books. And also mostly instead of teaching, I prefer giving training. Teaching English also, it's my choice, but I prefer giving training to other people. So actually, I didn't really want to become a teacher. But by fortune, I became a teacher and I have different paths. But in the middle of my profession, I really wanted to stop it. I really want to move to another career, like to be an HR or maybe marketing executive or something like that. I had a dream. But I attended different courses and I'm not interested in that one, like teaching courses. So I prefer to attend teacher training courses and I chose my profession to be a teacher again. So it's up and down, up and down.
And now you are happy being a teacher and you are happy a lot of other people who want to be a teacher, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm very happy to talk to people like you, and then I really want to share what I have learned. Okay, thank you. So I think you have finished your discussion, right? Can anybody share your ideas about motivation? How are you going to motivate your students? Hello. I know those faces. Shall I pick up one or any volunteer? I think teacher Sonana. You want to talk, right?
We've already discussed about motivation for young learners. So, I have just experience for young learners. They have the one teacher said I don't remember her name. she asked me how to motivate young learners, not adults. So I shared about young learners motivation. So they have targets. My answer is they have targets. Why they learned about English language. So my answer is they need to take the Cambridge exams. So they have that target to get the high marks. But they said the teacher these two teachers did not accept me because the parents are pushing them. No, this is not the target. So I shared about that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there may be different reason, right? Mostly young learners, their parents push them to do something. But for some of the young learners, they are self-motivated already. Like you said, sometimes they may really want to get an achievement in Cambridge exam, like starters, movers, and flyers. They want to get a high achievement. Yeah. Okay. There can be different reasons, but sometimes they may also want to learn with you because maybe you play a lot of games with them.
Yeah,
Or
they like a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what about for adolescents? How can we motivate them?
I have never taught them. I only just young learners, teach young learners. I have no experience.
Yeah, it's okay, teacher. Thanks for sharing, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
About the teachers who have ever taught adolescents, how do you normally motivate your students? Can anybody share me? Hello.
Yeah, teacher Linda, you can share. You can share to us. And
Okay, yeah, I have, you know, I have a super encouragement from teacher Zin. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so to motivate the other learners, and what I understand is the most important thing is about to encourage them, because you know, they can feel what teachers encouragement, because if I encourage them, so they will be happy, and they will be, you know, they will have some kinds of, you know, like a kind of light in their heart to move on. That's now, and then next one is like to talk about their progress. So before, what I normally do is before starting the class, I normally try to write down their weakness. And then after 1 week or 2 weeks, and then I'm trying to compare their progress if they feel motivated. If they feel demotivated at the time, I'm trying to compare their previous progress and the present progress. And now I will tell them like you are not in a better progress, and you can keep moving forward. So I just try to encourage in that kind of things. So yeah, I do it in that one. And then next thing is a kind of normally I'm a kind of assessment teacher. You know, I love you know, assessing my students' performance. Mostly I prefer it. So at the time, so what I do is, you know, I just, you know, trying to you know, compare their how can I say, compare their achievements. So yeah, I assess maybe once before starting the class, and then I assess next time. And at the time, so I try to, you know, show their results. At the time, they will be delighted if they see their progress is much better. And then, so yeah, this I always do in that way. So this is the way how I encourage my, you know, adult learners, especially. Yeah.
I heard that you on the first day, not on the first day, right? When they come to class, you show them their weakness. So how do you show them their weakness? You write
I'm not
on the whiteboard?
Yeah,
or?
I'm just trying to, you know, get the learners what they want to say. So I just trying to note down what they are saying about their weakness. I'm not trying to show that. I just trying to writing down. And then in the next day, I tell that I've already got your weakness, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to compare your weakness with your strength after 2 weeks. I just normally do that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also a nice technique to use, right? Thank you, Sia. And what about for the teachers who are teaching adults? how do you motivate your students? Hello, the teachers who are teaching adults.
They're silent. Sorry.
Silent time. I think teacher April has got some experience in teaching adults, right? Normally you teach adults, not young learners. Come on, teacher.
Teacher, actually, I never teach. I have never touched with the class. I'm already told you, I'm only the individual. So in my previous experience, I know I didn't know about the motivation technique, you know. That's why we always teach the traditional way. Also the instructions also like that. That's why mostly we teach the GDM or audio lingual or something like that. At the time, I gave the motivation to my students. How can I say? They have already a little motivation because they have a, you know, they have a target for something. For example, they want to go abroad or they want to attend how can I say, some other school or something like that. That's why they have already know some of the motivation. That's why you need to push a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but the problem with some adults is like they are very busy, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they cannot come to your class according to your located time. For example, your class started at 5:30, but they may arrive your class around 5:45 or 6 because of and sometimes they may be absent because of their wife, because of their husband, because of their kid, they cannot come to your class regularly. At that time, how do you motivate your students to come to your class in time?
Me?
I think you're talking to me directly, teacher.
I don't mean that. I mean adult people.
For me, teacher, actually, if my student late the class, I'm a little angry.
Okay, so
it shouldn't be. That's why I told them. So please come exam time and please come up from your home early because as how can I say, you are a Yangonian, that's why you already know about the Yangon how can I say
Yangon culture.
Yeah, Yangon culture and traffic jam or something like that. That's why you should come early.
So this is one way, right? Any other ways that can we motivate? How can we motivate them to come to your class in time?
Yeah, I have one technique from teacher Chung An. So she taught me the classroom contract, you know. So if you're late, so you will be blah, blah, blah. So that technique is useful. And then this thing is I just let them think about, you know, if you are late, what consequence will happen to your classmates? I'm trying to let them to think about it. So if you're late, the lessons that will take, you know, time troubleshooting, time in overshooting. And this one is your classmates will be waiting so I just trying to tell them to understand. So I think in that way I normally do this one to motivate all the students to come the class on time.
Yeah, that is the positive way, right? Okay.
For the we can do like this.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely. Of course, yeah, we can do this one, but you just only tell them, you know, 1 or 2 times. If he or she does more than 2 times, don't tell him. Just you have to do you have to do that. And, you know, you're just doing the same thing. Just do the things. You know, you don't need to care about that one. So yeah.
Yeah. And also, don't wait them. For example, if they are late for like 1 or 2 times, okay, you wait for them. It's okay. You tell the consequences. Okay, next time if you're late, blah, 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 blah. Like say I said, we can give them some of the things, some of the clues. If you're late, your classmate will be blah, blah, blah. According to a professional one, you have to be coming here in time, blah, 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 blah. You talk to them like that. But after that one finish, and then no need to wait for them anymore. It's okay. You can just continue your lesson. If they really want it, they will come here. And then don't feel emotionally. Sometimes we feel emotionally about something. At the time, it will not be good for our health, and it will not be good for our students as well. For some students, even though they cannot come up to your class in time, they are learning actually. They can learn by themselves. They just need your note or they just need your guidance a little bit. So at that time, they don't need to show up your class for 2 hours fully. It's okay if they come up your class like 1 hour and 30 minutes, it's fine because that is not the, but if it is for the purpose of listening and speaking, we should or we must. If it is the other time like reading, writing section or other knowledge sharing section, it's okay. We can just go on with our own flow. We don't need to wait for them. Don't feel it emotionally.
Thank you, Chair.
When I was young, I felt emotionally about such kind of cases, but now it's okay. We can explain them if you're late, blah, 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 blah. But if they are doing okay, we don't need to say them, right? We just want the results, not the process. Okay, so what about the other teachers? Can anybody talk to me about motivation and technique? Only one. And then we are going to move to another section.
Yeah. Today you motivated to me because if I say truly, I have no plan to join with Zoom because I'm so lazy to read the book. And I'm really afraid to see other people. And I'm really afraid stranger, so I don't want to join this club. But you said we join, so it's so fun and play the game, blah blah blah, like this.
I'm also afraid of the stranger.
Strange people, they are not strange. They are just no need to worry about it.
Yeah, strange people.
And also one thing is we are teachers, right?
Yeah, we are a teacher person and we are working in the same community, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, and also we are teachers and we can meet different types of people every day in every class. So at that time, on the first day of every class, we can be afraid a little bit, but it's okay. We don't need to show off our, oh my God, I feel afraid, knee shaking, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. We just go on with the flow. For me also, whenever I start a new class, till now, I feel really afraid. And I don't talk in front of people and I feel strange because normally I'm the, how to say, even though I seem to be extrovert, I'm an introvert actually. I am afraid of people, meeting people, such kind of Zoom meeting, Facebook Live. I'm really afraid of that. But we have to try to adapt it because we are teachers. Thank you for joining and coming Saturday also, I'll be waiting for you, okay? So, let's move to the last section. The last section is about 100 DSOL activities book. That is a very practical one. Did you read it already?
Yes. You've already taught.
Okay, so if you want to have a look at the book, let's have a look at the book back and then we will discuss together. It's a practical activity. So shall we start with, let me choose one. Teacher Zaza, can you choose one of your favorite activity from here? Which is your favorite activity?
Let me know the page now.
Okay, so actually we have to read from page number 7 to 12, right? Page 12, page 7 to 12. So from there, which activity do you enjoy most? If you haven't read yet, it's okay. Just skim it quickly, and then we'll try to get a solution for that.
Yeah, I haven't found yet here.
Okay, so I'll be waiting for you. Your turn will be coming.
Yeah, it's okay.
What about Teacher Monja? Can you share one activity that you enjoy most from 100 DSOL activities?
Yes, teacher. My favorite activity is turn anything into an English activity. Number 10, page 12. Because when I was an assistant teacher and the main teacher asked me to control the class when the time is left to run. So at the time, I didn't know how to control them, and their class was really active. At the time, I note down some of the vocabulary on the whiteboard, and I let them make their own story in a group, as a group work. So after that, they have to present in front of the class about their own story. So they were really excited, and so they could make a very interesting story. So this is a really good activity for the teachers who is run out of the ideas or something like that. So this is my favorite activity.
Yeah. So can we use this activity for all ages?
I think we can use that.
Okay. So which level of student will be more, how to say it, more suitable for that?
According to my experience, Yelena, the age of 10 or 11, they are really excited about doing those kind of activities in the class.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Thanks for sharing. So see, if you haven't read anything yet, you can just and then get some ideas. But you need to read one at least, okay? So that you'll be able to share back. And what about the other teacher? Hello.
Yeah, let me share you, Chair. And
Okay.
now my activity analyze more. Currently, I am running the reading class with my friends and with my students. We read the articles. And then after reading article, we translate and explain each other in English. There are many students. They told me they are already improved, and then they got a lot of vocabularies from reading the article. And then when they are trying to explain to their friends at the time, they had already pushed to explain to their friends. So they are reading very eagerly and very how to say the reading class for them really effective for them. They told me they got a lot of vocabularies, and they can be improved after reading for three weeks, nearly 1 month. Yeah, they are getting better at their English speaking, especially if they can speak fluently more than before. Yeah, they just
Okay, it's also a nice activity, right? And we can also try ourselves to improve our English with this reading club as well. Because before we start, yesterday, 3 teachers, they show me in message box, like after they have read those things, one of the teachers, how she did is like, she rewrite them back with her own English about chapter 5. So describing Leonard, for that one, she just write an article on her own, and it's really interesting. And another 2 teachers, how they try is like, after they have done those things, they make like record of their own voice and then talk about those things back in English, so that we can also improve our reading, writing, speaking. Now we are listening to each other, so we can also improve it. Killing one bird with 2 stones.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, little by little, we can try together. Okay, so thank you, teacher. Thanks for sharing. And what about any other teacher from those activity? If you want to share one thing, it's okay. One activity. I think teacher kind of know wants to share, right? Teacher, you are muted.
Actually, I haven't read the book yet.
Okay,
But
so choose one.
I have seen the activity on YouTube. The activity is information gap. In this activity, we divide the student into 2 groups, like student A and student B. We give the picture the student A, and then student describe the picture. And student B draw the picture what the group is up. And then ask question back to student A what they don't understand.
Yeah.
After that, see the result.
Yeah, it's also a very interesting activity, right? Information gap, very popular speaking activity. For young learners, instead of information, we can also substitute with picture. Find the differences. For example, you have one picture, I have one picture. We have some similarities and also some differences. And then we have to talk about that. For example, in my picture, there are 3 trees. And then for you, only 2 trees. At the time, you can say, oh no, in my picture, there are only 2 trees. Communication, find the differences. That is also kind of information gap activity. Okay, so depending on our students' level, sometimes we can use the information, or sometimes we can even just use the picture as well. Okay, thanks for your sharing, teacher. And what about?
Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, Jack, can I ask a question to you? What do you think when you study English, how about listening to the sound? The kind of activities do I improve to speak fluently, more than other activities? How do you think? What do you think, teacher?
I think it depends on individuality. For me, I don't really like listening to music. I'm totally straight. I don't really like it. And I never listen to the songs even in Burmese. So Korean, no way. English, no. I don't really like it. When I was young, one of my teachers asked me to listen to the song, but I never listened. I don't like filling the gap by doing listening activities. I hate it. But I like listening to, how to say, people. For example, Tech Talk, I really like it.
Oh, yeah.
It can improve me, especially for my personal development. And sometimes when I get depression, I listen to the talk and I got motivated again. So I really like to listen to them.
So are you interested in learning personal development like me? Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm a big fan of learning personal development. Yeah, I really love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, let me share you all. Yeah, sometimes I make a one after listening the music. I make a lesson plan after listening the music, and then I teach to my student. Yeah, with the music sometimes. Yeah.
That's why the one I told you, I think you may remember that, right? Depending on our taste, the way we try to plan lesson plan the varies. For example, some of my students may be interested in learning English, listening to the song, but I don't really like it, so I don't know. But I have to learn as a teacher, even though I don't like to listen to the songs. I have to learn some of the, okay, this is like rap music, pop music, rock music, like that. Sometimes our nature will be influenced by our students.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so another one. What about teacher Nuno? Do you want to share the activity that you have found out in here?
Yes, I like activity. It's talking, throw the balls. Throw the balls. Yeah. Okay, I like this activity because this activity can give the students many activities and it can give them excited and settings response from there. We can get sudden response from there from them. Many students like that movement activities and playing game with their teachers. So throw the ball is very. I think throw the ball is very excited game for students. It can give many motivations and other shame students like the introvert students in my class. They are very like this activity.
Yeah, throw the ball, possible game. We can also use it for the beginning of the class, right? For example, we throw the ball, we hold it and we say like, hello everyone, my name is Teacher Chung and I really like to eat something now. And then I throw the ball and then the one who got the ball, they have to introduce themselves and they are feeling right now. How are they feeling? Like that. So it's very interesting. But sometimes we can also practice for grammar as well. I say go, pass the ball, and then that person say went. Another one say swim. First of all, swim. Grammar practice also is very useful, especially for the young learners. Okay, thank you, teacher. Thanks for sharing the channel. Okay, I need 3 more teachers only. After 3 more teachers finish, we'll end up the section for today. If you want to continue, don't say anything. Only 3 more volunteers. Come on.
Yes. I know activities is that jigsaw reading. Jigsaw reading. Yes. Jigsaw reading is that I have maybe a lot of students, and then I ask one student to read one passage, read out or first passage, and then I look to my students, and then one student is not giving attention to me, so reading student, I stop her. Hey, stop here, and then I ask the not paying attention students, that student, I ask her to read, let reading, like continuous reading, that student, yes, which less continuous reading, I ask her to read, but that student is not giving attention to me, so she didn't know. So that way next time she will give attention to me. That's an indirect way to talking how to pay attention to me. Yes. Yes.
Okay, it's also a nice activity, right?
Yes.
So for that one, we can also say like popcorn reading.
Yes.
Popcorn is like when we eat, pop, 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 pop. It's not coming continuously, right? Pop, 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 pop. No, pop, 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 pop. So like that, for example, if I ask you to read something, and then you're in the middle of it, and I say, stop. Now, if he is not paying attention to you, he cannot continue it anyway. So it's a very nice way, especially with the young learners, when they are not paying attention to each other. We can use it. Okay, thank you, teacher. So actually, jigsaw have different variations, right? Normally, for jigsaw activities, how we do in the classes, the passage is very long. At that time, we can cut them into pieces. And then we can mix them up, give to each of the group. And then within limited time, they have to rearrange them back. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. If they understand it generally, they will be able to do it again. If not, sometimes the students feel really bored to read a very long passage and it takes too much time for them. So at that time, you can rearrange them back in that way. Or sometimes we can even use other variation. For example, group A, only the first paragraph. Group B, second paragraph. Group C, third paragraph. Group D, fourth paragraph. They read their own part and then they have to present it in the classroom. They present it. Oh yeah, it's about blah, 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 blah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they all have to decide which one will come first and which one will come later. So that is also another variation of jigsaw activity. Okay, thank you, teacher Aju. Thanks for sharing. 2 more teachers left. Only 2 more teachers left.
Oh, teacher, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So most of the activities are for, I think, I've read that TESOL activities, and most of the activities are for like physical classroom, that very suitable for physical classroom. So among those activities, can you pick up 1 or 2 activities that suits very well for the online teaching for young adults or like young learners, I mean, yeah.
Actually, for jigsaw reading as well, you can apply it to online teaching as well, right? Because you can integrate with different types of PowerPoint slides, and then you can give to each of the part and let them do it. And sometimes, for online teaching, we can even use other applications like Kahoot. Kahoot application.
Okay, Kahoot.
Yeah, and also sometimes we can even use the whiteboard here. We can share the screen, and with the whiteboard, we can practice together, like drawing a picture or doing something or things like that. And we can even use the chat box. You ask the question, something, and then they have to answer it very quickly. in their chat box. If they can do it quickly, they can be the winner. But if they are really slow at typing or doing something, they cannot win the game. Actually, we can try it in many different ways, right?
Okay.
I'll share
According to my experience, like if I share the whiteboard and allow them to annotate, kind of like that, for some students it's okay to.
Yeah.
Some students it's okay to they make and talk, but for some students they just scratch on the board or whatever they want. So it's quite difficult to limit the permission by person to person.
Yeah, actually now we are also learning how to motivate the students in online as well, because it's a little bit difficult, right? Sometimes this is the beginning of our year and we have to adapt it. But what I have learned more is Eric from Attitude. You can search on YouTube. He is a really smart guy, especially for teaching online. You can also
thank you.
learn about different teaching techniques because videos are not very long. So maybe like within 20 minutes or 15 minutes, you can try to listen and the way he do, and we can get it something better. So he is a really smart guy, especially for online teaching. And you can learn different types of online teaching method as well.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
You can even find like online TPR methods. There are variation. But for them, they normally use different types of applications which are not available in our country. So I think it's the best. For Eric, he just used the Zoom. For Zoom, he doesn't use pro version account, basic plan account. With basic plan account, how can we create our class to be more interactive? He's sharing that one. So you can also watch her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so any other activities?
Okay, so I do have an online activity, and then that would be good for you. Yeah, because of and then I think it's concerning with today's topic, like turning anything into an English activity. And I would like to choose now this one. I just want to choose the different versions of that one. It's a kind of so we do have that activity in the teaching area, in the teaching industry. It's a kind of we are going to teach 10 words to the students, and then we just let them choose the students so you are going to the somewhere there is no people, and you are going to that place and you have to choose only 5 things. So it's a kind of prioritizing activities we do have and in an alternative way, I will give you one surprise thing. It's about Myanmar personal things. We can use it, and it's very funny. And I learned it from the Mo Education. So is there anyone who attend the Mo Education Training Center? It was really useful activity. The activity name is like a kind of if you are going to see somebody at night, so what things would you take with you? So in Myanmar, it means a kind of so it's kind of in the traditional methods. You can use it to improve their, using the vocabulary. So, so that's amazing. We give 10 words to a student, and you have to choose only 5 words to bring with you if you are going to see your husband or your wife or anything else, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, anything. So you are going to choose only 5 things. So at the time, the student, they will choose only 5 things with them, and they will give you the reason why they choose. I think this is an alternative way of doing this activity.
Yeah, rank online activity, right?
Yeah, prioritizing. Yeah, and if you want to use version and method, you can use copying babysitter you are then no? So like you can use it. Or the element especially is very useful. Yeah, they are really interested in that activity.
It's a teacher related. Like, can I ask a question? It's when you do the kind of activity, but teacher, teacher let the student choose those words what they need, right? When they go to somewhere. Yeah.
But I give the limited words. For example, I teach them 10 words, and they are just allowed to choose only 5 words what I taught to them. So, yeah.
So do the student need to pick up the words, right? Pick up the words.
Yeah, they need to pick up the words, and they need to give the reasons why they choose that things.
Oh yeah, thank you for sharing.
I have a question.
It's a very nice activity, not only for online, but also for in-person classes, right? Okay, so
have a
only one
question.
teacher left. Oh yeah, teacher Kamianu. Come on.
Can we use this DVD for the bigger size?
For
Can
the
I use
bigger size,
this DVD for the bigger size, maybe at least 80 or 90 students?
Adult learners or adult learners, you mean?
No, maybe high school students.
You can use rank order activities for bigger participants, but you have to make them in groups.
Yep.
Okay, you have to subdivide them in
but we
groups,
don't
and you can use them.
adjustable chair, adjustable bench.
No, I think it's not very good to use for the grouping more than 40 or kind of like that. If there is more than like that, you have to, I think, regroup. And in small group, they can use it.
Yeah, I think
it's a kind of like rank ordering, right?
Yeah, I
Rank
use that
ordering.
activity. Yeah, for the 20 students.
20 is applicable. Yeah.
I just put that into four groups, you know, and then I just choose one, you know, spokesperson from the group, and then they have to represent which things they are going to take with them and why. So they are going to, you know.
Yeah, especially the language classroom, right? The standard language classroom size is at most 35 students, at most 35, between 25 and 35. If it is more than that, it's quite difficult to teach them language. Subject is okay, but for language matters, we cannot have like more than 35 students in every class.
Yeah, so it's not effective if you.
Future Myanmar is coming. At that time, there will be more teachers, and then we will have like different apartments, and we can separate them into different rooms so that we can do different types of activities.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Coming soon.
Coming. Okay, you can be a leader to make that happen. Yeah.
Oh. Mission impossible. Okay, so only one teacher left. Come on, teacher. Who wants to share the idea of activity? Hello? Any volunteer? Shall I pick up the one who is late? Who is late for the meeting? Hello? You're not having eye contact with me. Okay, so last but not least, teacher Tangi. Hello. You look at me, right? Teacher, you are muted.
Teacher Tangi.
Yeah, my favorite activity is to the physical response. But now I want to talk about tennis. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly that kind. I don't know exactly what is tennis. So I know it is like a dietary. But last year, one of my grade 3 student in the school. So she wrote in her diary. So I think, oh, what is she doing? So and I went near her and I said her. So and what did you do? And this is study time. Don't do like this, but I say like that. So she said to me. So no, I write my note, and she wrote the note and what will she do and what did she do and what will be tomorrow, so like this. And she showed me her diary book. I asked her, hey, is it diary book? No, she said, it is Janice. Yeah, I never had that was. I think Jana is like a newspaper. I didn't like that. But she explained me. No, it's a Jana, and she wrote. What did she do for them? oh, good morning. So she wrote like that, good morning, and oh, this so beautiful day. Her idea is so beautiful, and I really shame to me, and so I learn how to write the journal from her, and this is my experience.
Okay, so if you have to instruct your students to be able to write journals of their own, how will you give the instruction to them?
Yeah, so I learned that that's how to write journal from her, and I learned from internet, and I learned from YouTube, and then I get when I start trying to some student, I give the book, and please write what did you do yesterday, and so what do you want to be like this, and please change your books, and share your activities. So I'm trying like this, but most of the students don't want to write, and they feel it's so boring.
Yeah, but it can build them like fluent writing skill. We are not going to focus on grammar and also vocabulary, but they will be able to write according to their own idea and also about themselves, right? People know about ourselves a lot. So at the time we can write what happened to us, and then what is our plan, what I feel, what I get progress, blah, 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 like that. We write it, and then sometimes on the first day, on the first week, we are able to write only 50 words or 100 words only. But later on, we can write more than that, 200 words, 300 words, 400 words. So it can really help us to improve our fluent writing skill. Before accuracy based, we can go to fluency based. Okay, thank you, teacher. Thanks for sharing. So do you want to discuss something? Anything else? I'm not waving, okay? I'm just asking you with my hand. Do you want to discuss more? Or any question? No question? Silent means yes. Okay, so.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for today. Yeah, I haven't read a lot, so later I can discuss more with you. Yeah, after reading a lot.
Okay, hope so.
Sure, I'm sure. I'm from.
Hope so, don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, see you on Saturday. I want to see everyone back, and please try to read more. For theory, don't try to focus on every single word, just trying to get the general meaning of that one. And together with that one, I want you to focus on the activity so that we can really improve our teaching skill in practice. Okay, so thanks for joining today, and see you on Saturday back. Bye-bye, teachers.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Wow,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
sharing,
Sarah.
for making this
Yeah.
time.
Thanks for sharing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah. Bye.